Yes, we're doing the walk-in entrance today. Hey, it's me, Mike. If you don't know who I am, I'm a teacher and I specialize in Cambridge, exam preparation, and grammar. So make sure you like and subscribe if you like this video. And if you don't like this video, keep it to yourself. Okay, I got another request. This one is specific to the writing section on the CAE, or the Cambridge Advanced Exam. This person who is preparing for the test asked for a video about the review. Today we're going to talk about how to approach this task using the scoring rubric that they will use. I put a link in the description below so you will know where you can find this rubric, so you will know how they grade your writing. Okay, first let's kind of review what to expect in the writing section. What? 2 tasks, 1 hour and 30 minutes to write. First task is gonna be an essay. Second task, you're gonna have choices. Your choices could include email, letter, proposal, report, or review. To make your life easier, you should understand and be able to write any one of these tasks because you never know what specific topics they're gonna ask you about. Maybe you feel really confident on the report, the format and everything, but then the topic is kind of hard. But then they ask you a really easy review question. Hey, do a review of a movie. That could be a lot easier. So be ready for all of them. When Cambridge gives you these writing tasks, they're trying to prepare you for real life. In real life, yes, we have to write emails, we have to write reports, we have to write proposals, and in school we have to write essays. But like, when was the last time you wrote a book review? When was the last time I wrote a book review? Oh yeah, never. So Cambridge, if you're watching, can you like update your life? Thanks. Ooh, the tea is hot. Another reason this is hard, reviews require a little bit of creativity as well in terms of the language use. The idioms, the metaphors, the similes, but we'll talk about that in the language use section of the video today. Also, please remember, if you see a review task on the CAE, and let's say it's about books, if you don't have any books you've read lately, if you don't read books, you can still do the task. Remember, testing is the only time it's okay to lie. They don't care about your life. It's true. They care about the language. You can make a book up. You can make a movie up. It's kind of amazing. As long as you follow the format, use the right language, then you can still get a great score. It doesn't matter if you actually read a book or not. I haven't read a book in like years. People are always like, Mike, you're a teacher and you don't read? And I'm like, no bitch, I had to read books for like 22 years of my life when I was in school, in college again. So deuces, no I don't read, except for grammar books and testing books. But that doesn't count, that's not fun. But I do it for you, so you're welcome. Okay, let's start. Again, they will score you on content, communicative achievement, organization, and language use. So let's talk about how to approach each one of these areas as you write. Content. All right, here we go. Answer the question completely. Boom, done. Next. Just kidding. We need an example to explain this one, so here we go. You see the following announcement on a website. Write a review for the best and the worst movies you have ever seen. Briefly describe each of these movies, explaining why you think they're good or bad specifically, and discuss the importance of movies for society in general. So looking at this example question, you have 3 main points or main parts you need to address or write about. The good movie and why it was good, the bad movie and why it was bad, and then why movies are important for us in general. Content, make sure you pay attention to all the parts of the question. Don't leave any of these 3 points out. If you do, your score will go down. Which also means you really need to pay attention to your time and make sure you give yourself enough time to answer all 3 points pretty equally. Sometimes students get caught up on the first point, they write a lot, and then the second point, they write a little bit less, and then the third point, oh my god, I'm out of time, they write like a sentence. You don't want that to happen to you, so make sure you budget your time carefully. And the awesome thing about the question is that when they give you those 3 points, those 3 points will majorly help you in your organization of the review. But we'll talk about that when we get to organization, so calm down. Slow your roll.
Why don't you calm?
You know what you both need to calm down.
Communicative achievement. What does this mean again? Oh yeah. Does it look like a real review? In terms of the format, reviews don't have a lot of headings. It's not quite like the report where you've got basically a heading for every paragraph. For reviews, you pretty much just have the title, and the title can be simple. It can just be the title of whatever you're reviewing. If you're reviewing a movie, okay, could be the title of the movie. You could add a little bit, my thoughts on Titanic. You can be a little creative with the title, but don't spend too much time on it. You know, worst case scenario, just write the name of the movie, if it's a movie. Other than that, you don't really need any other headings. Maybe for your concluding paragraph, you could head that as recommendations. This is a review, so you want to definitely include your recommendations to your reader at the end. Yes, you should go see this movie because, no, you shouldn't go see this movie because of the reasons I outlined above. So you could use a heading for recommendations, but not totally necessary. What is necessary is, did you like that clef sentence? What is necessary is you are giving your opinion, you are giving recommendations. These are aspects of reviews. Okay, then we get to organization. Let's go back, reference content. The good thing about these questions for reviews is they usually give you your outline. They give you a certain structure to follow. Let's look at our example. Is it here? Is it here? Just like an essay, you need your introduction. What are we talking about? Is it product, a movie, a website, a book? For our review in the example, we could talk about Titanic. Maybe for our good movie, we could use Titanic, and for our bad movie, we could use Transformers. So you can give your reader the briefest of backgrounds on those 2 movies in the introduction. But remember, just brief. Please don't go into a deep analysis of Titanic, giving all the details, because we don't have time, you don't have room in your word count. I know, Jack was robbed. He never should have died. There was plenty of room on that door, Rose. So a little excerpt from my example that I could write is, Titanic was a movie people will never forget because of a beautiful but tragic romance cut short by a natural disaster. On the other hand, don't forget, they love the connectors. Transformers was a movie overwhelmed by poor graphics and a lackluster story. Nevertheless, both of these movies took viewers to places they had never been before. Okay, then you follow the question. Your first paragraph's the introduction. Second paragraph, you take the Titanic, talk about it, tell us why it was good, give examples, be specific, tell us how you felt. That's the second paragraph. Third paragraph, Transformers, tell us why it was bad, all the same things, examples, blah blah blah. Fourth paragraph, okay, then you tell us in general, why are movies important for society? What do they do for us? Be specific as you can. In a normal essay, the last paragraph is the conclusion. Very similar here, but here you're a little more specific for a review, giving recommendations to your readers. Yes, you should go see this movie. No, you should not. And briefly summarize why. So that's 5 solid paragraphs. So make sure you pay attention to what they ask you in the question. That will help you with organization. Okay, not done yet. Now that was at the bigger level of organization. At the smaller level of organization, you can follow the same rules for, you know, the other types of writing, the reports, the essays, whatever. They love their linking adverbials, they love their transitions. On the other hand, subsequently, nonetheless, nevertheless, what are some other ones? Consequently, as a result, yeah, they want to see these used correctly to link bigger ideas, but also use some conjunctions too at the sentence level to connect your clauses smoothly too. I haven't done a video on transitions yet. It's on my to-do list. Don't forget to like and subscribe so I don't give up and quit. Language use. I'm just now realizing you can have a lot of fun with your transitions in the videos. Language use. Recommendations. Other resources. This is actually kind of tricky. For the review, this is where it becomes a little different than the other tasks. Basically, the review is a bit of a mixture of formal but informal kind of style. But let's talk about the formal stuff first. It's not a report, so it doesn't have to be totally dry. You don't have to use like a ton of passive voice. But you do still want to put in there your advanced vocabulary you're learning in your classes or that you're reading and studying about online, right? We're studying vocabulary on our own time, yes? Don't make me jump out of this phone. You can study vocabulary on your own, don't forget. Flashcards, download an app like Quizlet. Make your own digital flashcards. You're welcome. So, high-level vocabulary, descriptive adjectives to describe the movies. It was a jaw-dropping experience. The visuals were breathtaking. The fast-paced sequences had me on the edge of my seat.
Buffalo, New York.
And then structures too. Of course, you can use complex sentences, use your relative clauses, use your conditionals, use harder transitions beyond first, second, and third. But at the same time, this is an opinion. This is about your opinion. So you can use I, you can use my, you can talk from first person. You can't really do that in the report. Here's a few sample phrases. In my opinion, it's my impression that, as far as I'm concerned, from my point of view. So here we know we're talking about your thoughts. Speaking from first person is a little more informal, but you can do that here. So that's the mixture element. Okay, also, one thing about the opening in terms of language use, the introduction, you can be a little creative at the beginning too. In your opening sentence, some popular ways to open, you want to get your reader's attention quickly. You want to make your reader say, wow, I want to keep reading. So how do you do that? Well, asking a question is pretty solid. Have you ever insert something related to the movie or book? Conditionals are popular because they're interesting questions. For example, for ours, talking about Titanic, you ready for this? If you had to choose between true love and saving your own life, which would you choose? No comment. Also, in researching for this video, in a lot of the example reviews that I read, there was a lot of inversion. Specifically, the not only, but structure. For example, not only was I able to relate to Rose, but I also felt as if I was watching myself. This is not like my favorite structure for a review. I feel like it's a little too much, but I mean, I saw it in a lot of the examples. I saw it in a Cambridge trainer book. So if you like it, put a ring on it. I really like Sapphire. Also, because you're trying to be descriptive and entertaining in a review, it's a good place for idioms, similes, metaphors, more literary types of writing. What's a simile? Using like or as a comparison or a description. Let's take the movie Spider-Man, for example. Watching the movie Spider-Man was like watching an actual spider spin a web. It took a few hours and I fell asleep a few times. Okay, maybe don't be that bitchy, but you get the idea, right? Be descriptive. And then metaphor, same idea. You're describing something or comparing something, but not using like or as. Another example, X-Men was a mess of poor computer graphics mixed with an underwhelming cast. Also kind of mean, but be positive too. Oh my god, my chicken's done. Hang on. Ooh, smells good. A bitch is hungry. Oh, wait, am I? Oh. And finally, don't forget, you can throw in some shorter sentences too. Not every sentence should be really long because that can get really boring. When you throw in shorter sentences, it adds drama, it adds effect. Here's an example. Let's say we're talking about X-Men 2. That was like 2005. You guys remember that? Or am I just old? The first X-Men movie left science fiction fans begging for more because of the groundbreaking special effects. Unfortunately, the sequel was a disappointment. Boom. So that second shorter sentence, it's so different than the first one, and so in your face, it makes the reader feel something, some drama. Okay, so again, this is a really difficult task to find information about, even more difficult to find examples. I've put some links below to the few places I did find some things, so check that out, and good luck. That's it. I'm gonna go eat my food, I'm gonna go stuff my face, but I'll see you guys next time. Again, don't forget to comment below if you need something. And yeah, happy Aquarius season. Bye!